I'm up at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca at least 3 times a year. But this week on the J-Turn, I get to do something I have never done. I'm going to drive a 1969 Camaro Z28 from the original Trans Am series, one of the most coveted relics of the classic muscle car era. Since Infiniti is sponsoring our Monterey Car Week, they gave me a new Q50S to drive on my road trip up to Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca. I also figured I could use it for a preliminary recce lap around the track before hopping into that 500 horsepower vintage race car with no ABS. All right, it's track day, and I don't think I have ever been so excited to be here. Today, I'm traveling back in time. I'm getting my hands on a beautiful relic, a 1969 Camaro Z28 from the original Trans Am series. I don't think I've ever been so excited to drive a machine. So now it's time for me to go meet the guys. Steve,
no.
I'm great, how are you?
Great to see you.
Great to see you.
This is Vince.
Awesome,
nice to meet you.
Thanks for being here.
Here we have the 1969 Trans Am Camaro. That series 1966 to 1972. Class required 300 cubic inch motors. All the cars weighed around 3,000 pounds. In this race series, we have to run exactly what the cars had in the day. This was the leading edge in 1969. But relative to the new cars, these cars are very, very unsophisticated.
I can't wait to drive it.
It's fun, you're gonna love it.
Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca is a world-renowned track, and for good reason. Filled with blind turns and downhill sweepers, the track is technical and challenging from start to finish. With each piece of the course, car placement is crucial, and you need to be careful with your weight transfer, as some of the fast radius turns, like turn 4, offer no banking, making it easy to slide out or spin. At other places on the track, like turn 6, there's a dip in the apex, and if you transfer too much weight forward, your car will get loose. Then there are blind crests, uphill apexes, and of course, the track's most legendary turn, the corkscrew. Considered one of the most challenging turns in the world of motorsports due to its blind drop and 5.5-story elevation change. Climbing up the hill, heading toward the corkscrew. You gotta be perfectly set up for the corkscrew. You can't mess around on that. I wanna come in here late, let it drift out. All right, here comes the corkscrew. I'm gonna take it easy on this. Come out to my right, come straight down, find that tree, nice right-hand turn. Beautiful on the Q50, very well mannered, it took that very well. I'm gonna stay in the middle here, then I got a rumble strip here, guide me back, let wheels come out, find my line over here, set me up for my next turn. Got another rumble strip I'm gonna hit, beautiful. But all in all, that was a hell of a recce lap. Then it was time for me to get acquainted with the 69 Z28. I couldn't wait to feel the incredible torque of its 302 small block and to rip through those gears. Of course, with 500 horsepower and no ABS, I knew braking would be a challenge, but I also knew this car would be raw and unrefined in ways that I'd find thrilling, and I couldn't wait to hear that deafening exhaust note. I was so set on relishing every beat of that confident growl that I even chose not to wear my earplugs. The steering was much more compliant than I expected. I had no trouble hitting my apexes and had no problems with car placement. I was able to hit my lines and set up for each turn while also accounting for the dipped apexes and subsequent weight transfer that can often unsettle the car. As expected, with no ABS, braking was difficult, especially with a broken fibula. But it wasn't frustrating, because that demanding brake pedal embodied the rare and unrefined purity of a true Trans Am relic, and the force it required from my right foot was exciting, not discouraging. The only downside to my time in the Z28 was that its earth-shaking open exhaust exceeded the permitted decibel level allowed at the track. And after hitting 113 decibels by turn 5, I was restricted to taking just 2 laps. So that experience absolutely met and exceeded my expectations, except now I have all this heartache because I just want to get back in the seat. I definitely need some more time with you guys and more time with that beautiful car. But I want to talk with you about its rich history and all that went into getting it to where it is now.
I have owned this car for about 4 years. I was looking for a Camaro, a Trans Am Camaro, to race in the historic Trans Am series. To me, nothing more exciting than getting in a Trans Am Camaro with 520 horsepower under your right foot. The car, as you know, doesn't stop really well and it doesn't turn really well, but what it does do, it goes in a straight line like hell.
Yeah, the throttle's really responsive. Man, I love that throttle.
And the sound, did you have earplugs in?
No,
Oh,
I took them out. I just wanted to hear it.
Pure music. It's hard to describe the excitement. I think that you get it. Lots of people don't.
It's an addiction.
Oh yeah, yeah.
One of the things that is really great about it is that it transcends gender, transcends age, it transcends social position.
Yeah.
Those things don't seem to matter. It's just the enthusiasm and the love getting on the track. And it's good fellowship, good fellowship.
This was such a tremendous experience for me. I loved every second, and I truly can't thank you guys enough. But I hereby volunteer to be your assistant mechanic anytime, any place. You know my number.
You are hired.
All right.
I quit.
Later, Vince. We don't need you.
Good luck. Put the car in the trailer now.
I pushed that car,
Yeah,
right? With your help.
that's it.
Having spent the last year of my life mostly bedridden, I have dearly missed the cars and the track. But getting to drive this vintage racer was the best welcome back gift I could have ever received. I will never forget the way it felt to be at the helm of that exquisite machine, the way it felt to confidently command that car with a still broken leg, and to see the surprise on Steve and Vince's faces when I launched it onto the track without reservation. It was the best day I've had in many, many months, and I can't thank Steve enough for that.